Welcome back to Double Clutch. As work continues on the 1955 Buick Special, Carl works on the rocker panel fixes.
This is Texas, and this car had an air conditioning unit once in its life. It was an old underdash unit that someone had added to the car and removed later. There were holes in the body that we welded plugs into and finished out. Because this is Texas, we're going to add air conditioning back to this car. We're going to use a vintage air unit in this car. The old heater had blower motors and pieces of the car, pieces of the heater unit that went into the body. We've made panels to cover these up. When we get the new unit from Vintage Air, we'll make our own holes in these new panels and pull the necessary hoses and wiring through to get that unit in this car and get it going. This is part of the process of disassembling the car. We take each individual component as we take it off the car. All of the screws that go with each part get put into a bag and identified with a marker. And as you can see, in the disassembly of a car, there are a lot of parts, a lot of clips, nuts, bolts, small pieces that have to be kept together so they can be cleaned, reconditioned, so that they go back in the area of the car they belong in. It makes it easier for us during the disassembly and assembly process.
Well, that's going to look really good once it was kind of dented in here, which it's the way it was, you know, which was kind of weird, but it's all coming together.
Go through quite a few of these. We buy the thinner ones. They take less metal out. They just don't last as long.
It's a whole lot easier to weld up the gap too.
Here we go. Rust. Rest of it's pretty nice, so. Thank you. All right. One of the things we do here also when reassembling a car, get a couple of these cheap plastic tables, throw a couple of cheap blankets down on top of them. All of the new parts for the car are laid out on this table. It helps organize things, keeps them in one area of the shop. Some of the parts that we have reconditioned are here. All of these parts go back on a car that we're building. It keeps things organized. You know where it's at. It also helps to see what the next step of the build is.
Now that the team has fixed some of the lingering issues on the car, the team can focus on the next stages of the build. We hope you'll join us for our next segment here on Double Clutch.